Hey, this is Ghost, and this is going to be a quick tutorial video on VST plugins and Voicemeeter. I'm not going to show you guys how to install Voicemeeter. I'm not going to really install either application. I trust everybody knows how to install applications by now. If you have questions, definitely put it below, and maybe I'll make a future video on it. But let's get right into it, and then I'll kind of rant later if you're interested. So the two things you're going to need is Voicemeeter, Voicemeeter Potato. That's what I use, but you can use Banana. The only thing you're going to have to do is make sure it's registered. I'm pretty sure you have to be, buy it. It's a good app. They deserve a little bit of change. It's not that expensive, and it gives you access to this, so that's a big plus. The other application you're going to need is called Cantabile Lite. This one is free. They do have pro versions and things, but for the majority of people, you're not going to need it. So, what are we going to be doing? In Voicemeeter Potato, what you want to do and go to Menu, System Settings, and Options. What we're going to be working on is down here called Patch Inserts. And this is very important. Pre-fader inputs. Now, what it is that if you use this, this happens before Voicemeeter does any action on the input. So, in this case, for most people here, your mic. So, once you enable this, you are disconnecting that signal from being used in Voicemeeter. And something else has to work on it. And that's where Cantabile comes in. Cantabile Lite will actually use that input, and then you can put plugins. You can do a lot of things in this. Most of what I use is just VST plugins for things like compressors, noise gates, silencers. You could do reverb. There's hundreds and hundreds of VST plugins. Many of them are open source and free. Some you have to pay for. They're really good, but they're worth it. But I'm not even going into that because you should know. If you don't know, hey, I'll again ask below, and I bet you 100 people are going to reply to you with VST plugins that they like. But let's skip that and get right into the setup. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to start back over. So menu again, system settings, and we're going to go right here. I am using the worst mic known to man to test this because I use XLR, and the only USB mic I could find for some reason is a gigantic piece of shit. So just so you can hear what it sounds like, I'm actually going to listen to myself too. Oh, God. Hello.
Yeah,
it's
pretty bad,
but
those P's. Sorry.
My bad. Let's just turn that off. All right. So that's what we're going to be testing with. The key is that I have that in hardware input 4. You probably have it here or maybe another one. But where you got to know is which one it's in. And it's going to come in right away now. So down here, we want to be working with hardware input 4, which is right here. In 4 left and in 4 right. Once you click these, the pre-fader is now active. If you look over here, there's no more audio. That's because nothing's really connected there. You need to set that up in Cantabile Lite. However, this is really all you have to do for now inside a Voicemeeter is just enable this, and your audio is going to be bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? So, close out of that. Don't close out of Voicemeeter, and let's go into Cantabile Lite. Once you install, you can use defaults to install, and then delete anything. You're not going to, just start fresh. It's easier. When you get into here, you're going to be on this menu option or view option, wiring view. I hate it. If you're good at it, that's fine. I just don't like the wiring view, though I do recommend thinking about everything as a wire. I like that. I just don't like the view. So click on this, and that's what we're going to be working with because for me, it's a lot easier to see. But again, think about that wiring thing. That's actually quite important. So, what are we going to do? We're going to go into Tools. We're going to Options. The first thing you're going to go is, well, you can see you have to register this. Anyways, so you got to register it to get it. Let's go into Audio Engine. And what you're going to have to select in case of, what I'm doing, because it's Voicemeeter Potato, I have Voicemeeter Potato Insert Virtual ASIO. If you're using Banana, it's probably going to say Banana. But it's very important you select the audio driver because that's going to be used in the next step. This is whatever you feel like. I use 96,000 because I have a 3950X that literally sits idle. So it's up to you. If you have a middle-of-the-road computer, 48, 44, perfectly fine. You're not going to see any difference, really, because a lot of the plugins themselves only work at a 48,000 anyways. I just do this to make myself feel better, I think. So I leave it at nice 6,000. I don't double buffer. This can all be left as is. 16 threads, I just noticed that. Wow. Yeah, I like the CPU, I'll tell you that. So make sure that's set. And the next thing that we're going to be doing, might as well do this first, is your plugin options. So this is going to be the location of where you install your VST plugins. And what's cool is you could do as many folders as you want. You just add them, and then the same thing down here. And I use the same for both. This is usually the default that they install to on Windows, but you can do whatever you want. Have at it. So then, once that's done, the next one you're going to be going to is the actual audio ports. You're going to see a bunch on here that I'm actually using. So this is my valve index, and that's my main Rode mic coming in. However, you're going to see either like the defaults, which I actually recommend just clicking it and then clicking delete, or and just starting anew. I'm not going to do that, so just pretend these aren't here, because I don't want to redo this all again. But already a lot of you probably already see what we're going to be doing. You're going to add a stereo input port. In most cases, do the stereo. More data is never a bad thing. You can always use Voicemeeter to set it to mono if you really want to, but you might as well do it in stereo here just in case you need it down the road. Plus, yeah, there's no reason not to. So this mic is a stereo. I guess there are mono. Yeah, true. So stereo input port, and we'll call this test. And it's going to create in test. Then you're going to go here. You're going to go into the in test for the left is going to be, well, the left, you hope. So right click and in for left. And that's based on, again, hardware input 4 is what we're working on. And you want to get these inputs because of the pre-fader input before Voicemeeter. So let's go back there. You got in for left and you want in for right. So now we have the in set. Now we want to add the out. So you got to do stereo output. Let's name it the same. And now it's down here, out test. So again, in for left, in for right. Now you might be expecting it to be named out for. It's not. It's just based on this being a hardware input and then number 4 left and right. So that could kind of trick people up, I think. But you just have to remember these are the actual Voicemeeter, I guess, aliases, I guess they'll put it. So that's why it's hardware input, so they call it in number 4 left and right. So it's the both for in and out. And after that's done, that's it for the settings. So you have the audio engine set, you have your sample rate depending on your CPU, and you have your plugins, the folder set. Hit OK. You might have to restart. Sometimes you do, but normally you don't. Then also, I always do this just in case. Go to Tools, and you do a Scan Plugin Folders, and that's just going to scan your VST plugin folder that you have set and get all those VST plugins to index it. So, hopefully I'm going quick enough for you guys. I hate dragging on tutorials. This is where it gets fun. Remember what I was saying, that even though I hate the view, just think of a wire. It really comes into play. So the first thing you're going to see is this input ports. So you want to have this set, and you want to create a route. And what we're working on is tests. So we're going to get that test in. And right away, you're going to be seeing, well, you're not going to see it yet because I have to set it out. But here's the test in. So we're getting the input from our crappy mic into Cantabile. And then we're out just for now, so we can get a simple test. We're going to go to output port, test. And now you're going to see the actual input of me talking into this crappy mic, going here, and also into the out. You could also see it in the actual Voicemeeter. So I'll turn it on.
So you can see it's actually outputting here. So it is working, and there is an output.
Let's mute that for now, because this mic is really hard on peas. But that really is boring, and there'd be no point to having this stuff if you were just going to do that. Here's where your VST plugins come in. So let's start with, I don't know, let's do a noise gate, like a noise suppression. This is just not going to be like a silencer because that's too many options. So I use FR87, I think it's called. So let's just do it. So you go to Add Object, Plugin, and, Free 87 FR Gate. So I click on that, whatever plugin you want to use. Remember, I don't really care what you're using. No one cares. You have your plugins you want to use, like you use an OBS, they come in here. So do that, hit OK. It's going to create the actual plugin here. Now, it's not going to do anything by default because you're sending it nothing. The wire is not attached. So we have to go from in to test. Well, this test, I want to go into the noise gate. So you got to go in test, and the output has to go to the plugin. So as you can see now, if I talk into this thing, this is going to the plugin. It won't, however, be going to Voicemeeter at all, as you can see. The reason is we haven't completed the actual wire. Once you're with the plugin, you have to add a route to this plugin. You can see if you collapse and uncollapse. Why am I being very stupid? So just do add route, and you want to stereo out. Just like up here, really, you want to send it to Voicemeeter, so you do it output port test. Once this is done, you should see it going into Voicemeeter, and if I unmute and turn this on so I can hear it, there you go. It's in Voicemeeter. It's actually going through the plugin and out back to Voicemeeter. Well, actually Voicemeeter, because it hasn't touched it yet. Till it gets to this point, Voicemeeter hasn't really done anything. Now, let's try and configure it a little bit, and I'm sorry for knocking it around, but you just double-click, and that opens the actual plugin. So in this one, this is a basic noise gate I use, and if I turn it down all the way and stop talking, you're going to see that it's still active in here, and let me do this so you can see it a little better, and it's still active right here. So you see it's still active even when I'm not talking. By default, this is a pretty decent default for most mics. It's minus 50. It won't cut off your actual voice. So now, if I stop talking, this will deactivate. You can already see it doing it. And this will stop showing that weird fluctuation. So already improvement. You know, oh boy, that P is not an improvement. So you can close out of this. You can see it's active. Good. You can stop now? Sure, you're done. Hey, let's go farther, though. What if you want to add, like, a compressor? That's very normal in an audio setup, especially for streaming or recording on YouTube, on Twitch, on Mixer RIP. You would just have to add another object and another plugin. So I use a really easy compressor because that's how I am. I'm not an audiophile by any means. These are just decent VST plugins I use, but again, you can use anything. Any VST plugin that you can get that works in here for the... I probably should say all of them. Anyways, I'm going to skip what I just said. Roughrider 3 is what I use. And again, you got to remember that wire. Right now, nothing's going to it. Nothing at all. Let me mute this because it's very bad. All right, sorry about that. So, so now you have to remember that wire thing. So right now we have stereo out going to the output port. That's going back to Voicemeeter. You could see that it's going to Voicemeeter. But instead, we wanted to chain it to this actual plugin. So we go to Roughrider. It's now going to go to Roughrider, as you can see here. This is no longer showing because we cut the cable. We have to add a route for this plugin. Stereo out, back to Voicemeeter. So as you can see, that's working down here, and you can also see the compressor is already working. It has a lot of options. So let's set one right now. So double click, and let's set this to... Let's set it to good one. I really hope this doesn't go crazy, but we'll see what happens. These are very... Because it's got this makeup. Let me turn that makeup down because I have a feeling it's going to hiss. We'll see what happens. But as you know, this one is very easy compressor to look at. If you're using a compressor already in OBS or whatever you're using, you can bring the settings right into this and it'll almost be exactly one-to-one the same. Because it should be. The ratio, the makeup, the sensitivity. You have your attack and all the release stuff here. I recommend it. It's Roughrider 3. They used to have Roughrider 2 I used to use too, but the third is made a lot cleaner. So let's close that one out. And we have the chain set because we're going from in to the gate to Roughrider, Roughrider to Voicemeeter. So let's listen to this, and hopefully it doesn't have a lot of hiss. Hello?
Oh boy, it's the P's. It's definitely more. So it's normalizing the actual audio in the compressor, which is going to help you. It also should help with the peaks, but the P's are so bad that it's not going to be really good for this video. But it's a bad mic. Your mics are probably better. Even if it's not, it's still going to help. This will all help your audio quality. Let's mute that.
All right, so I can talk normally. So the key here is to get out of this tutorial is you're going to need Cantabile Lite, you're going to need Voicemeeter, potato, banana, whatever. I showed you how to set it up. This can go on and on and on. This is the load. As you can see, it's really killing my my computer right now. For the most part, with Cantabile Lite now supporting multi-core, I don't know how long it's been supporting that, to be honest, but it helps a lot. This is now taking away those plugins from having to put in OBS or dealing with anything. And the reason why you want to do this. Oh, actually, let me do this before I go on my rants, and then you guys can leave because who wants to listen to me? You want to make sure you do it again with the wire, the suppression VST plugins first, and then the compressors and things to push your voice or to do things to your voice after. In essence, it's just like a line. You want to get rid of the crap first and then push the good stuff later. You have to remember everything's from, in that wire is going through that line. So you wouldn't want to, let's say, for example, do this opposite. You wouldn't want to put a noise gate after roughrider. I mean, you could, but that'd be probably stupid. It wouldn't work as well. So get rid of the crap first, then do the, push the good stuff. Make the good stuff too. There's tons of VST plugins such as auto-tune, things like that. You want to do that after you get rid of the crap. What else is there to say? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to show you how to kind of fix it. It's not a fix. You just have to make sure when you start this up. I recommend starting Cantabile Lite first and then opening Voicemeeter. However, it normally works, so it's like that 60% of the time it works every time, or whatever the hell it's called. So let's unmute this.
All right. So it sounds, oh boy, it sounds all right for now. But let's say this is how you turn it on and off. So now it's off. So you can see that there's a pretty big difference now. Because I'm talking really close to it. If your source, so in this case a mic, is talking while this is enabling, you can get this problem to occur. As you can see, doesn't sound great. So to fix this problem normally, just stop the source. So in this case, the mic, and let it go silent, and then turn it off and on again, like any good technical or any good machine. All right, so hold on a second. Let's try that. How about now? No, it's still doing it. Hold on a second. How about, oh boy. See how it gets a little bit start? So if this keeps happening,
let me mute this. So if this keeps happening, restart the audio engine in here. And hopefully we can get this to work now.
How about now? See? Yeah, it's something where it has a problem if there's anything coming through it, and this mic is so bad. I'm also holding it. So it's probably still getting something through the mic, and it's causing that problem. I recommend whenever you start this up, just listen to your mic first. Make sure it's not doing that. If it is, just cycle it. It's not a big deal. It'll get to working. So that's one issue.
Let me turn this mic off. So here's my rant on everything in general. I'm going to set this down. There you go, next to the beer. Why you want to do this? It's great that a lot of people use OBS and the VST plugins in OBS. Works fine there too. Totally agree. But the thing is that a lot of people nowadays, especially streamers and YouTubers, are playing team games. So you're going to be talking on Discord for the most part. I mean, there's some other ones that are probably dragging along. If you're using Skype, I mean, God bless. Nevertheless, a lot of people are using Discord to talk to each other. what's really handy is that this goes in before Discord, because you could set your Voicemeeter outputs to be used in Discord. That means the audio you're using on your stream is also being outputted on someone else's stream. That can help a lot, especially clean up your audio and makes you seem more professional. And it makes them, maybe their viewers will want to talk, deal with you too. Deal with you. That's a weird way to put it. Nevertheless, it's just a plus. By the way, this doesn't help me because I suck at everything. I'm a terrible YouTuber. I'm a terrible streamer. This is for actual people with talent. So that's why I make these stupid tutorials, because I have my two hearteds here, and I just said, hey, let's make a tutorial video. So there's one. Number two, it helps with OBS for at least me, going in between different profiles, going in between doing different things. It just makes sense to me to do it. I'd rather do it here than to do it in OBS. And then I can also test in Voicemeeter how it sounds before I even get into OBS and, doing the old start recording, stop recording, start recording, stop recording. How does that one sound? How does this one sound? It can get really, this kind of helps because of Voicemeeter's ability to just have it output it to your actual headphones without the the Windows Listen feature, which is terrible in my point. It just helps because you can see those VST plugins, and also I don't know, no, Listen wouldn't help you in OBS either. So yeah, it just makes it easier. It's funny that the thing on the ground is picking up my voice. So yeah, that's I think it. So in summary, Voicemeeter. I'll just go through it. Might as well. I don't know how long this has been. Oh my god, that 20 minutes. Holy shit. Menu, system settings. Enable the pre-fader inputs for the hardware input you're using. Close out of that. Cantabile Lite. Tools. Options. Audio engine. Set that. Set that. Set your plugin options where they're at. Create your input ports and your output ports with the hardware that you're using. Enable the input. Create your plugins. Start with your crap suppression, so getting rid of the crap you don't want people to hear. So you go from input to crap, to the plugins that take out the crap. And then from the last one that takes out the crap, you go to your things that push the good voice, compressors, things like that. At the end, always have to output it back to Voicemeeter to be used. That's it. It's a line. Just get the idea that it's a line, and everything has to connect. They're just all connecting together. So, hey, if you guys want something else, any other video done for tutorial, I'm not like 100% good with this crap either. I'm not audiophile, but I'm down to earth and I can make decent tutorials, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go drink some more. Have a good one.